see once and for all which embroidery machine combo is the best for embroidering the most quality, production-ready caps in only 1 hour's time.
I wasn't totally nervous until I started seeing her finish the caps. That's when I started getting nervous.
So something happened.
That registration issue, woo! I loved it.
So hopefully all of my hats from here on out do well. Nervous that it's gonna be really, really close.
I was getting a little scared.
You've got 2 minutes left. In 2 minutes, you've got to put all your caps on deck and hands off. You're going down on the wire with these last 2 caps.
I sure am, yeah.
Do you think you're going to have time to clean them up? We are now down to seconds.
I really need both of these to finish. Oh my God.
Time! Hands off the machine! Willy, I said off.
When Aliana called the time, I was a little bummed because one hat that was beautifully completed, I was unable to take it off of the machine when she called time.
Alrighty guys, so any cap that is not complete, we are not going to add it to your final caps. So all your final caps, make sure they are up in the front here, and we are going to bring in Henry to judge and pick the winner.
Yeah, so I actually felt really confident in the caps that I did submit, and I noticed that on Willy's hats, they were not consistent.
No, I don't think, at that point, I think that we were right there head to head, to be honest with you. You never know, if Henry disqualifies one of my caps, that's it for me.
Welcome.
I was nervous just standing there. On top of that, I had to use the restroom, so that's why I was bouncing up and down a little bit.
So I'm going to go ahead and count the number of caps that were made on Willy's MT1502 and see how many were made in the 1 hour given. So right here we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, a total of 14 caps that were submitted by Willy's machine. So the first one here looks pretty consistent. The stitching is very tight, very good. Also very consistent on the placement. I don't see any stitching that's off here, so pretty good design there. This one should also count. Okay, let's move on to the third one here. Okay, so this one, placement is good, stitching is good. There is a little bit of a tail on one of the letters. Not a huge deal. If you probably took a little bit extra time, this little bit of a tail is going to stand out, you know, when you don't clean that up after you embroider. Now this one here, it does have a little bit of these tiny loops on the back of the cap that can easily be cleaned up.
So yeah, Henry's a pretty hard critic. So I was hoping that he'll be a little bit more lenient, but that did not work out.
Now what I've started to notice, however, is the placement has been a little bit inconsistent across some of these caps. As you look at this at first glance, it's not much difference, right? However, if you look closely, the placement of the letter is a little bit different. So this one here still has the sleeve inside.
Seems like Willy's trying to hide something with that sleeve there.
Oh, not at all.
Well, you never know what could be hiding on the inside. I thought it was a little weird that he did put that cardboard back into the hat, and I just had to call him out on it, just in case he was trying to hide some mess up in the back.
All right, yeah, so when Julia brought that up, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh man, you got no idea. Because I knew he was gonna end up going through all the caps.
I do want to take a look at Willy's caps one more time, just to make sure that the sleeves in the back of the cap aren't hiding anything. So you actually took the time to put these in, and you were able to still fit in within the time frame that was given. Why did you choose to do that?
Well, it's production ready, so it's good to go.
Okay.
And the customer always likes to take that off, so.
Nice extra touch there to make sure that the caps are ready to be opened by the customer.
But I can't believe Henry didn't trust me there, man, you know?
I would say that, you know, with these, I've taken a good look at them, and out of the 14, they all qualify to be production ready caps. Okay, so that's it for this batch. Now let's move on to Julia's. So here we have a total of 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, also 14 caps. Okay, also 14 caps total. So one thing I did notice is that these ones don't have the actual sleeve in the back of the hat, but on the front of the cap, very on point on the stitching and the placement also. The M starts exactly in the center. So all 4 has been so far, placement has been very consistent. That's one thing that really stands out from Julia's designs.
My heart was definitely pounding at 100 beats per second when Henry was going through the hats because I knew that he was going to see that.
Ooh, what happened here? So this one obviously gave a little bit of a loss of registration. So as you can see there, I don't know what happened. Maybe something got snagged or something got loose in the hooping, but this is not going to be passable for a production quality cap. That's -1 there. This one here, that little bit of a gap on the yellow, that is indeed noticeable. Not as bad as the previous one, but this also would not be able to be counted as a production quality cap. So Julia with 12 and Willy with 14.
It's a business. You want it to be beautiful and perfect, and that way the customers will keep coming back to you.
So consistency, I think obviously I didn't do so well because of the aligning it, but I knew I had more caps, so that's why we were right there. Julia had more consistency, I had more caps, so that was a little tough.
So I think overall, let's start with Willy's caps on the MT-1502. I did notice the consistency wasn't exactly there in terms of the placement. So for that, in terms of consistency of placement, I would give that an 8 out of 10. That compared to Julia's, it was a 10 out of 10 in terms of consistency and placement. So 10 out of 10 for Julia on placement consistency and 8 out of 10 for Willy on that same category. Now moving on to the quality of the stitching. So for Willy's, the stitching was very on point. Not entirely perfect, but overall the level of quality of the stitching on Willy's caps was definitely there. So I would give that a 9 out of 10. Now for Julia's, the ones that were submitted and actually qualified as production level caps, the stitching was very on point. But there were 2 caps that were not qualified to be production level caps because of the loss of registration. So for that, the quality wasn't exactly there and not on par with Willy's, so I would give that an 8 out of 10. And last but not least, I'm going to be judging on the quantity produced. After all, this contest is about how many production quality caps you can produce in one given hour. And obviously, Willy's qualified for 14 caps total and Julia's only for 12 because 2 were not qualified because of the loss of registration. Willy definitely wins out on this one. 10 out of 10 for quantity, able to produce 14 caps in one given hour versus Julia's 12 on 2 MT single heads.
I had a lot of things on the line, If Julia beats me, then she takes over Embroidery Hub and then I have to go into training, So I didn't want that to happen.
So after careful deliberation, it's been a close competition, but I've made my decision. And the final results are, Julia, just like the registration on your caps, you've lost the competition. So congrats to Willy for being the winner.
So now, every time I come into work, I get to hear it from Willy and everyone else that I lost.
I'm gonna call my mom. Mom? I won.
There you have it. The competition was close and the machinery was equally matched. But in the end, it all came down to the details and ultimately proved 2 heads are better than 1. Willy will be choosing a winner from the comments below to take home the coveted embroidery starter kit worth over $100, which includes samples of backing, thread, foam, as well as bobbins and snips. And if you want to learn more about the machinery used in today's episode, go ahead and check it out in the description below. If you want to see more content just like this, make sure to like this episode and subscribe by clicking the button below. And finally, let us know in the comments which machinery or embroidery related skill you'd like to see go head to head for our next embroidery challenge. Until next time.